What's up, Dragon Riders? Welcome back to Shed Movies, your home for the best movie and TV series recaps, reviews, and ending breakdowns on YouTube. The Dance of the Dragons has officially entered one of its darkest chapters. After weeks of political maneuvering, uneasy alliances, betrayals, and devastating losses, House of the Dragon Season 3 Episode 6 finally reminds everyone why this civil war is one of the bloodiest conflicts in Westerosi history. This episode doesn't simply move the story forward. It completely changes the balance of power. A major character meets a shocking end. Rhaenyra begins changing in ways that should worry even her closest allies. The Greens suffer devastating losses. New alliances begin forming. And hidden discoveries beneath Harrenhal could reshape the future of House Targaryen itself. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Shed Movies, turn on notifications so you never miss another recap, and let us know your theories in the comments. Now, let's return to Westeros. Previously on Episode 5. Episode 5 left both factions preparing for the next stage of the war. Queen Rhaenyra continued trying to strengthen Team Black while struggling with the enormous pressure of ruling during wartime. Daemon remained committed to securing her position, but unrest continued growing among both allies and common citizens. Meanwhile, the Green Army marched under Ser Criston Cole, even though it had become increasingly obvious that the once proud Lord Commander was carrying the weight of countless failures. He looked exhausted. Broken. Almost like a man walking toward his own fate. Elsewhere, Daeron Targaryen's role continued expanding, showing that the younger prince would soon become one of the most important pieces in the Green strategy. As Episode 5 ended, war no longer felt like something approaching. It had already arrived. Episode 6 begins, The Butcher's Ball. Episode 6 wastes absolutely no time. Instead of easing viewers back into the story, it throws us directly into one of the most brutal moments of the Dance of the Dragons. The infamous Butcher's Ball. Ser Criston Cole and the remnants of his army stumble upon what appears to be an abandoned battlefield. Bodies lie scattered. The camp seems deserted. For a brief moment, it almost feels like they've escaped another disaster. But appearances are deceiving. The dead are not truly dead. The ambush springs to life, and Team Black's forces overwhelm Cole's already battered soldiers in a devastating surprise attack. The death of Ser Criston Cole. Perhaps the biggest moment of the episode comes almost immediately. Criston Cole finally meets his end. Ironically, his death isn't glorious. It isn't legendary. And it isn't the heroic last stand he imagined. Instead, after trying to face his enemies with honor, he's cut down by arrows before the duel he hoped for can even happen, ending one of the show's most divisive character arcs with brutal simplicity. It's a fitting conclusion. For 3 seasons, Criston believed he could shape history through honor and violence. Instead, history barely pauses for him. His death also sends a clear message. This war no longer has room for heroes. Only survivors. Rhaenyra's burden grows. Back on Dragonstone, Queen Rhaenyra faces a different battle. Victory isn't making her stronger. It's making her harder. The responsibility of leading a kingdom at war begins changing the woman we've followed since Season 1. She becomes increasingly impatient, increasingly suspicious, and increasingly willing to make difficult choices that once would have seemed impossible. The emotional cost of leadership is becoming impossible to ignore. Daemon's difficult mission. Daemon continues wrestling with problems that dragons alone cannot solve. Political instability, spies, divided loyalties, and unrest inside King's Landing demand patience rather than brute force. His scenes remind us that winning a war isn't just about dragons. It's about controlling people. And people are often far more unpredictable. Daeron steps into the spotlight. One of Episode 6's biggest strengths is giving Daeron Targaryen more room to develop. Unlike Aemon's ruthless aggression, Daeron appears more thoughtful, but he's caught between competing influences. His relationship with Gwaine Hightower provides some of the episode's most human moments, while Ormond Hightower pushes him toward harsher decisions. The contrast suggests Daeron still has choices to make about the kind of leader he wants to become. Alicent's impossible position. No character better represents tragedy than Alicent Hightower. Once one of the most influential figures in King's Landing, she now finds herself negotiating from a position of weakness. Everything she does centers on protecting her children. Especially Helaena. The episode also reinforces Helena's strange prophetic insight, making her seem increasingly important as the war grows darker. Harrenhal's dark discovery. While armies clash elsewhere, Harrenhal quietly delivers one of the episode's biggest mysteries. Aemond and Alice Rivers uncover forgotten dragon eggs hidden within the ancient castle. It's a discovery that could alter the future of the war if those eggs prove significant. Hidden themes. Episode 6 is about far more than battles. The first major theme is the death of old ideals. Kristen Cole believed honor would define his legacy. Instead, war strips away every romantic notion of glory. The second theme is the corrupting weight of power. Rhaenyra begins drifting away from the compassionate ruler many hoped she would become. Finally, there's the recurring theme of legacy. The dragon eggs symbolize that today's decisions won't affect only this generation. They'll shape the future of House Targaryen itself. Characters who shined. Several characters stand out. Rhaenyra Targaryen continues evolving into a more conflicted and increasingly isolated queen. Daemon Targaryen proves that political warfare can be as dangerous as dragonfire. Ser Criston Cole receives a tragic conclusion that perfectly reflects his long descent into despair. Daeron Targaryen emerges as one of the season's most intriguing rising figures. Alicent Hightower reminds viewers that survival often demands painful sacrifices. Alice Rivers grows even more mysterious with every appearance. Let's make some predictions. Criston Cole's death will leave a massive leadership vacuum for the Greens, forcing new commanders to emerge. Rhaenyra's increasingly authoritarian decisions could begin creating fractures within Team Black itself. The mystery surrounding the dragon eggs discovered near Harrenhal will become one of the season's biggest storylines. Daeron's influence will continue growing, making him one of the most important players as the war enters its next phase. With emotions running high on both sides, Episode 7 could finally deliver another large-scale dragon confrontation. Final thoughts. Episode 6 proves that House of the Dragon isn't interested in simple victories. Every triumph comes with devastating consequences. Every battle leaves emotional scars. And every death pushes Westeros deeper into chaos. Criston Cole's downfall marks the end of one era. Rhaenyra's transformation signals the beginning of another. And with dragons, prophecy, betrayal, and ambition all colliding, it feels like the final stretch of Season 3 is about to become even more explosive. And that's our complete recap of House of the Dragon Season 3 Episode 6. What did you think of Criston Cole's fate? Do you think Rhaenyra is becoming the very kind of ruler she once opposed? And what role will those mysterious dragon eggs play in the battles still to come? Share your theories in the comments. We'd love to hear them. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Shed Movies, turn on the notification bell so you never miss another recap, and share this video with every House of the Dragon fan you know. Thanks for watching, and as always, this is Shed Movies, your home for the best movie and TV series recaps. We'll see you in the next one.